Welcome. This is Unspoken. My name is Chichi Umesaka. And if you are just watching the show for the first time, you know this is where we have conversations that most people don't want to talk about. As the name goes, unspoken. They don't want to have conversations about certain things. People shy away from talking about a lot. But on this show, I will do you the honors and bring such conversations to the table. And I bring experts, I bring people who are also like me, who want to have certain conversations that everybody wants to do. Hush, 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 hush. Today's show is that, one of those conversations that we shy away from. Sex. Yes, you heard me right. It is one of those conversations. And I have someone with me who, I've been looking forward to having this conversation with her. And finally, I have her sitting here with me. Cecilia, thank you. You have no idea. I'm too excited. I can't even do introduction.
I'm excited
I'm too excited to have you here.
I'm super excited to be here.
My guests, I know you looking at the excitement, you're also wondering, okay, why is she so excited to have this person? She is a sex therapist. And today, we are not just going to be having conversations, just throwing words around. We are here to demystify certain myths. A lot of things that people, connect sex with that are not right. Yes, you're also wondering what is going on behind here. This is a season of love, but this show is going to go way beyond February 14th. This show is going to go way beyond Valentine. Because we are talking about sex. And let me tell you, sex is a regular, it's like food.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. Yes. I'm sorry. So.
No, sorry, not sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. But sex is a way of life.
Absolutely.
It is part of us. So let me also do a disclaimer. This show is not for teenagers. It's not for kids. It's actually for matured people. And if you permit me, I will say it's for married people, but let me not.
Well, let's not throw in there's matured singles.
Exactly. Matured singles and married, because the conversations we're going to be having today is going to bring healing. That's for me, that's the intention, the end goal of this conversation. It's not just to get anybody aroused or no, this is not pornography. Far from it. This is purely educational purposes for a lot of people who are getting it wrong with a lot of things. Like I said, is to demystify certain things.
Yeah.
So this show is that, it's different from your regular sex conversations. And I want you to please do me the honors. Pause. Subscribe if you have not subscribed on this channel. And get your friends to come and join you to watch this show, because you're going to be learning so much. Like I said, it's not just a regular conversation. Get your pen and paper and start writing. And let me tell you, my guests have a gift for us. So somebody who is going to reach out to us after the show is likely to win something.
Something amazing.
Something amazing.
We'll leave it to that point.
Exactly. So make sure you're writing so that when I drop the question at the end of the show, if you get it, then you're going to be maybe the winner.
Yes.
Okay. Let me not waste so much time. I know I was too excited. I'm not sure I mentioned my name. But my name is Chichi Umesaka. I'm not sure I did that. But my name is Chichi, and I have Cecilia, I'm going to allow you to do your introduction.
My introduction.
Is that okay by you?
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
Please.
Okay.
Because I don't think I have the honors.
Excuse me.
Please help me.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Cecilia Agu, the founder of Bedroom Matters International.
You heard it. Bedroom
Matters. We're very, very, very passionate about building healthy, beautiful marriages with special focus to intimacy, like she said, the sex part. I am a certified marriage and relationship and marriage mentor, a certified clinical sexologist, a certified sex pat. Like, these are real certifications. This is a real thing.
Absolutely.
I had to go to school to study it because sex is a major issue in marriages. Research says that the top 2 reasons for divorce in the world is number 1, money, number 2, sex. And unfortunately, sex is the one we don't talk about most of the time. That's the one we shy away from. So that's basically what I'm here to do. I'm married. Yeah. To a tall, handsome,
very handsome.
We're blessed with 4 children and many other children.
Are you flexing with me? Well, he knows he's my boyfriend.
Yes. That's in a nutshell. That's who I am.
Thank you so much. I know you are such a very busy person, so I'm going to make this what it. But I'm glad that we are very conservative in Africa. But I think it's also haunting us in certain ways. It's okay to be conservative, but have an open mind to have certain conversations. Somebody, when I said I'm bringing a sex therapist, and they're like, do they have therapy, like therapies for sex? I mean, this is something everybody is. And I'm like, that's where, because it's out there, it could also be abused. People don't know that certain things you need to be guided. So for me, like I said, this show needs to be able to start resetting a lot of people's brains. Let me put it that way. We need to reset our brain. That reset it, because that you have this and you've been doing it maybe since when you were a teenager, and doesn't mean that you're doing it right. And that's why I feel like a lot of people are not satisfied, because the abuse is there and people don't know how to do it right. So let's quickly, first of all, let's even just break it down a bit. I don't want to, let me give in to the temptation of asking, why is it necessary to have a sex therapist?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a problem, you need a solution, don't you? And if research says sex is the number 2 highest reason or top reasons why divorce happens, then it means you need help there. And what it means is that you need professionals there. You don't, unfortunately, need your pastor there. Unless he is qualified.
Loud it, because that's
not where you need your mother.
Yes.
That's not where you need your father.
Yes.
That is a conversation that has to happen with a professional. Who knows exactly what to do and how to help you through it. So yes, we are very, very important in marriages and in people's bedrooms, I dare say. Yeah.
Okay. let me try to be naughty, because let me play the devil's advocate somehow.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
So somebody will be wondering, so you said sex therapy, there's another one you put. Sexologist. And so do you also help people to say, okay, do it like this, put it like this, to
physically in their bedrooms? Yes. No, I don't do that. No, sex is also sacred, right?
Okay.
Intimacy is between
so you don't
man
think
and
that
wife.
There are people who are struggling to they are not compatible?
I have classes.
Okay.
I have one-on-one coaching calls with my clients.
Okay.
And on those calls, whether it's physical or virtual, I tell you, I show you. There are books as well, things that you can learn and how to go about it. And then if you meet any...
That don't come off as pornography?
No, of course not. Okay. No, it has to be clean. So again, that's why you need those of us who actually study. So again, let me actually just quickly put this here. There are lots of sexologists in the world. But some of my colleagues, they are not normal here.
Obviously.
especially my colleagues in, the developed countries. They're not normal here. Some of them actually don't mind being in the bedroom and telling you, oh no, do it like this. Oh no, open it like this. But I think that's invasive.
Are you sure it's invasive?
It's very invasive.
Okay.
It's very invasive.
Okay.
You
don't think that they are open-minded?
As Christians as well, we must also live by the guidelines of the Bible.
Okay.
It's between the two of you.
Religion, they just get
in and show you how it's done. Yeah, there are people like that.
Okay, so
now,
for you,
on few occasions, medically, you can do that. Say, for instance, a woman is suffering from vaginismus.
Yeah.
She has issues relaxing and allowing penetration. Medically, you can now use there are equipment that you use to sort of open her up a bit, right? So when you have those kind of issues, it's a medical issue.
Yeah.
But not like when the both of you are in your bedroom, and that's very invasive.
For you don't want to be put in that kind of.
We're all human beings at the end of the day. We have water and blood running your veins. They want to not leave the work they are doing. And
I'll be watching other people.
You understand? Yeah.
I get you.
I'm guarding my heart,
Your heart
with all diligence.
Exactly.
Amen.
Fantastic. Also, I like the direction this conversation is going.
Yeah.
There are three major things I want us to focus on in this conversation.
Sure.
Number one is, just like you said, sex is like top in terms of,
the causes of divorce.
Yeah. So sometimes it's maybe lack of communication. So part of the conversation I want us to have today regarding sex is communication. How do we? Because there are some of us that are still old school. When we are talking, I will say this to you. Some women don't know how to ask for it.
Some men too don't know how to ask for it.
Really?
Yes. Some men are also shy. The narrative is whatever is mostly talked about out there. Men don't talk a lot.
No, but we believe that is a man's thing to always make the move.
So that's where you all get it wrong.
Okay.
I believe strongly with evidence that God created sex for women's pleasure more than he created it for men's pleasure.
No way. Okay, I'm hearing that for the first time.
Now, I'll give you evidence.
Okay, I'm waiting for the evidence.
So when people say, oh, it's mostly men, the reason that is, and you're right in a way, the reason why you think, oh, it's a man's world or it's a man's job to initiate is because let's take it back to when we were born. As you were growing up, your mom taught you to sit down a certain way as a girl, meet up, baggy, close your legs. Don't let a man see your pants. If this happens, you'll be pregnant. So we were taught to see sex as such a terrible, bad, dirty thing, right? So we're always guarded, always guarded. So imagine when you're always guarded. Is it, who taught you how to open your mouth and ask what you want?
Yeah.
But the same home where you have, even if it was your twin brother, he was told to take it easier. Don't go and impregnate somebody's daughter. He was not told, keep it together, keep it till you're married. The same home, two different information to two different genders, right? So that's where it started from. I like to always go back to the roots. So we're taught to look at it a certain way. Now, in my community, I teach women to mention the word sex on a daily basis so that you get used to it. First off, God created sex. You and I will not be having this conversation now if God did not create it. However, he created it to be healthy within a certain confinement so that it is not perverse. Now, that said, it's now easier for a man to feel like his body is moving somehow and ask his wife or find ways to pass across his message. But the woman has been told not to. So I remember when I was getting married, my mom said to me, sorry, mommy.
Say it.
My mom said, I should not let my husband see me naked.
No way.
When I want to shower, that's why I had to apologize to her first. Ndo. But this is the work, and you have to be honest.
Very honest. She's after 4. So she has to say the way it is.
So, and she taught me to use wrapper. So when you go to the bathroom and come out, you tie wrapper. You know how our moms used to do it.
I thought my mom was bad. I thought my mom was worse.
So you dress up with, even if you're in the same room, like you covered wrapper and then you dress up. And then
my mouth is open.
And then I get married. And then my husband does not like wrapper. So I don't have wrapper. So what did I do? When I'm going to shower, I carry my cream, my towel, the clothes I'm going to wear, I carry it into the bathroom. So I shower and take care of everything there so that he does not see my nakedness. Now, what was my mom's reason? She said, if the man sees you naked all the time, see finish will now enter.
Oh, wow.
That was the information she had as well. That was what she knew. And she passed that down to me.
Wow.
And I would have gone ahead to pass down the same for daughters. If not for, we're breaking generational whatever.
Absolutely.
Here. So it is not really for men alone. Now, let me give you some evidence. The most erogenous zone or sex organ in both parties, right? The man and the woman's body. For the man, it's the penis, right?
Yeah.
For the woman, it's the clitoris. Yeah. Now, the man's penis has about 4,000 nerve endings. It could be more because now there are more researches going on. Remember that most of the things we know about ourselves were said to us or taught to us by men.
True.
The woman's body and the naming, most of it was done by a man.
True.
there is a sweet part of your organ down there that was named, yes, that was named after the professor that discovered, like, make it make sense. My G-spot has been named G-spot Grafenberg. Like, no, something is wrong, right? So all the information we have were given to us by men.
Sure.
So now women
so that was why we say it's a man's word.
Yeah. So now women are doing new researches, you know, abroad, and I'm very excited about it. Now the man's penis has about 4,000 nerve endings. What are nerve endings? Those are the things that you know helps it to get an erection, you know, feel all the sensation. Now, the clitoris of a woman, no matter how tiny that looks to you, has more than double the nerve endings that the man's penis has.
Wow.
Now, I always like to say to people, what is the job description of the penis? It has 3 main functions: for pleasure, to pass urine, to pass semen. What is the job function of the clitoris? Just for pleasure. That is the job. That's not where you pass urine from. That's not where. So I will, you know, the easiest thing to do is go and Google the picture of a penis and picture of a clitoris side by side. Just Google it, even as you're watching now. Google the picture of a penis side by side the clitoris. You will see what you think is clitoris in most cases is the clitoral hood.
Wow.
So let's say this is the woman's surface, right? What most people call the clitoris is this upper part here, right? But that's just a clitoral hood. Your clitoris is actually a mini penis. It has the shape of a penis. Internally, it goes all the way down. That's why I say Google it.
I need to Google it because I'm confused.
You need to see the picture.
Do you know, it's terrible that we women, sometimes we don't even know how we look there.
Oh, if you come to me, the first assignment I give to you is to meet Lady V. You get a mirror, you put it there, you squat, and you look at it, and you don't just look at it. You tell her how beautiful she looks, especially for those of you who like to receive oral. You know, you have to like what you look like down there. If you can't, then what justifies you asking your man to go down, you know, on you? So there's so many reasons why God created sex mostly for women. God has always been partial with women. If you read your Bible,
a lot of women should start hearing this.
They need to.
Because
they need to.
You know, I saw something somewhere and the lady said a lot of, which I agree with, because I used to feel that way. Like, I can stay 1 year and I don't think about it. Terrible. I shouldn't say this. But I mean,
no, but that's the reality of a lot of women. And we're trying to be honest.
Exactly. So she now said that we are just here to, you know, please the men, that some of us can do 10 years without asking for it or even needing it. And I felt like this is so not fair to a lot, you know, to yourself. It's
not fair to the woman. It's not even fair to the man.
Quite right. I don't want to, because the men will find.
Let me tell you why it's not fair to the men. It's even one of the reasons why a lot of men cheat.
I know.
Because a man wants to feel like he's giving his wife pleasure. A man wants to
I wanted
feel
to say
like
that.
He knows what to do to make this woman just go, all the way. But he's doing his best. He's touching.
And you're just there.
No, I always say to women, it is your responsibility to know what works for you.
Exactly. And to tell him, okay, here, it's better.
He knows you. Then you're able to tell him, oh, do this. Or don't do that. Oh, remain there. Oh, this feels good. You're able to have these conversations, you know, but you're not, most of the time we put all this pressure on the man.
Alone.
Now, let me also say this. For the man, he can reach his climax in a couple of seconds or minutes.
Sure.
For a woman's body, it takes the average woman an average of 15 to 25 minutes to be properly stimulated. That's why I say the average.
Okay.
To be properly stimulated, not to have reached to be properly stimulated. Now, the reason for that is because a woman's biggest sex organ is not her body, it's not your nakedness, it's not anything, it's her mind, you know, and that's why you must always make sure that it is your right up here. So when most people say, oh, I don't know what it feels like to enjoy this, it's because there's something blocking here, and it could be a number of things. It could be where you're coming from, the information you have, your programming. It could also be your relationship with your husband.
And it could also be
stress.
You know, combining family,
trauma.
work.
Trauma is the biggest part of it that we don't talk about.
Traumatic disorder,
stress
a lot
disorder.
yeah.
A lot of times,
Sure.
you know, these are the issues, and we're not talking about those issues. The moment we start to dig, you know, because like when I get into, you know, a session, a therapy session or counseling session with people, I go to the root. It's not about, oh, teach me how to pleasure my husband. It's not my job to teach you how to pleasure your husband. It's not your job to learn how to pleasure your husband. It's your job to know yourself first. Because the truth is, if you do, it's easier for the man to know exactly what to do. It's easier for him to be open with his wife. Do you understand? Yeah. So women need to learn to own. I tell them, own your pleasure.
Wow. I mean, this is amazing. The conversation is actually gearing towards where I want it. Okay. Initially, I talked about communication.
Yes.
We'll go on a short break. When we come back, I think I just, before we go, because like I said, 3 layers that I want us to focus on: communication, myth, and then how can people heal? Because like you've talked about trauma, and most times for women who are struggling to enjoy sex, it's because there are so many things up here that are blocking that from happening. So communication, which we have already started, myth, there are some myth that we need to just shatter. Yes. Totally shatter them. Yes. And then move on to how can we get this right? Because sex, just like you said, it's actually for us. But a lot of us are doing it because, oh, I need to please this man. And that's why when the man ends up cheating, you feel offended after everything I've done for you. And the man is wondering, what have you done for me?
Exactly.
But now I'm telling myself, I need to enjoy this for myself.
Absolutely.
If I'm not enjoying it, okay, I'm not doing it.
Yes.
But if I'm doing it, I have to enjoy it. And that's what you also have to get to that point as a woman to say. And that's why when men want to like shame women, they use, uncle, sleep with you slept with me.
Period.
There's no shame. You can't shame me.
Period.
There's no shame there. Period. Don't touch that down. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with this conversation. Sit tight. Is it necessary to have a sex therapist?
I believe strongly, with evidence, that God created sex for women's pleasure more than He created it for men's pleasure.
No. So women don't know how to ask for it.
Some men too don't know how to ask. Some men are also shy.
It's still Unspoken, and my name is Chichi Umesiaka, and I still have my guests, the quintessential sexologist or sexologist, and anyone we want to, bedroom matters,
they call me bedroom matters boss, Cecilia
is still here with me.
Thank you.
And we'll be having interesting conversation. Give us, tips on how people should, the basic, ways that couples should have conversation about sex. For instance, someone who is struggling, okay, I will give instances for maybe just newly married or, okay, so you are doing it the godly way. So let me stick, if I have the crazy ones on my side, I can go that side. So let me stick with you
can go whichever side. I would always find the healthier way to have the conversation.
I want to leave it at married. I wanted to say, okay, love whatever, and a lot of people doing it the wrong way that are not married. But your own foundation is Christianity. But this show is not just religious based. We have even Muslims, have everybody watching, but is to understand that marriage, like I said, is honorable. It has to be done the proper way. Absolutely. Or relationship or sex has to be done the proper way. So for instance, they are newly married and the lady isn't enjoying the sex. How can she communicate that with her man?
Okay. So let's go back to the beginning. During courtship, during dating, I know religious leaders will say, don't talk about sex, don't do, but that's actually where the harm starts. You can have healthy conversations around it in a safe place, where you will not be tempted to go and practice. The most important thing is that I know what your opinion or your outlook towards this part of our lives, because it's a very important part of our lives. I always say to single people that if you don't want to have sex, don't get married. Because that is where God has said, oh yeah, fire on. however
I mean,
you want
is
it.
it even, a lot of people are rushing into it even without being married. So
some people don't know that, you know. So again, sex that you're having as a single person is very different from married sex. So you need to also understand that.
Exactly.
Because when you're younger and, you know, you're not married, you're reckless. There's an adrenaline, you know, something that you're stealing. We all know. We all know. No, but when you get married, there's always this whole thing. You know, you have to be. We have to. Anyways, let's cut to the question. You know, on the ground, or let's cut to the chase. If you're newly married, there are people who have actually been married for months and they've never had penetrative sex. When you marry a virgin. Yes.
Somebody will ask, are there still virgins?
Oh, tons of them. Are you joking?
Okay.
Oh, tons of
because I know that there are
of married virgins, single virgins, and I know them. So the problem is when they come in for sessions, it's the fact that we've been trying, but once to get there, she becomes very rigid and all of that, because those conversations were not had. So I want to use this opportunity to talk to churches and maybe Muslim, you know, forums where we talk about this in a different kind of way. Maybe you need to all get professionals to be part of your premarital counseling team.
Absolutely.
Because we need to be able to have conversations around, for instance, a pregnant woman, how do you have, because those moments will come. There are conversations that are real life conversations that people will benefit from if you do that conversation the right way during premarital.
That even just had a baby,
whatever it is, through CS.
And the man, after 2 days, the man is trying to like make moves, and the woman is like, "Are you kidding me?"
These conversations during premarital counseling. Let's not wait until the person has already gotten married. However, you're married now, you're in it. You're a shy wife or a shy husband, because there are also men who don't know how to do it. When I say it, people laugh, but it's the truth. There are men who have kept themselves as well, and then now they're married. Some of them don't even know how to kiss.
Even the ones that did keep themselves, they still don't know how to kiss.
Exactly. Go to YouTube and Google virgin couples kissing on their wedding day. You'll be wowed at the thing. Some are because they don't know it, right? So now how do you talk to your husband, or how do you talk to your wife about work? How do you talk about going out and coming in? How do you talk about what to eat? Well, no, that's the same way it's supposed to have about this conversation, right? You talk about sex. When you're in the bedroom as well, it's a great time to talk about it. It's a great time to say, babe, you know, these are my fears. These are my concerns.
Let me cut in there.
Okay.
I've had people say, when they now mention, oh, I want it like this, they've already told the person, okay, I've been keeping myself, I'm a virgin, like for instance, and then you are now making demands. So
that means you're not a virgin. That means where did you learn it from?
We are spoiled.
See, that's why you start this conversation before you got married, right? Or before you get married. There are books. I have single people who tune into my conversations, you know, my Instagram live, my YouTube. I have single people who you'll be shocked. I've also spoken to a virgin girl who is telling me what she has always had in her mind is XYZ. Remember when we were single, we used to read Mills and Booms. Boom. There are things that you know, those are you can't.
I'm of the opinion that sex is one thing that nobody's taught, like how to do it. But it's now how to make it work for you.
You're now magically expected to know exactly.
Somehow, I don't know. Somehow I just feel like nobody's basically taught how to do it.
Well, we were taught. We just didn't know that we were learning, or we're being taught when we were learning. In most cases, your environment is teaching you. You're hearing conversations. We all went to school. We saw a boy and a girl kissing at the back of the class. Some of you, let me look at it. Some of you had those books, those cartoons that showed you exactly
how to.
When I was a young, my mom saw one of those cartoons under my pillow. She did not even trying to report me to somebody. Then she cried me one day, let's go and see Mrs. I don't even know say the name. And
it's someone that you respect.
Hey, them beats.
No way.
The truth is, we were taught. We were just taught informally.
Let me tell you how, I mean, you know, you're watching TVs and all that with your parents, and when they start kissing, everybody will just do like this.
And what that does to child is curiosity.
True. But I remember, one of our family friends, this boy came, our parents, we all traveled for a church program. So we all knew that our parents, they are going to be away for like 2 days. This big boy came with pornography. We didn't know.
And slotted. Then it's like DVDs.
Exactly. And we just put, by the time we saw, it was just me and my younger ones. My elder sister that is very outspoken was not around. I'm like, what is this? I said, remove. My father will, because the fear of the mentioning of my father's name is the beginning of wisdom for all of us.
Yeah.
This boy said, no, I didn't allow him. I just had to stand up there. I carried my younger ones. Yeah, everybody. Because the boy refused to put it up. So let me learn the
wrong
just
way.
Like, the wrong way.
So let me just even say this, and I'm glad we're speaking. If everybody were to be honest with themselves as parents, right, you will give your children or cut them some slack. You give them grace, because most of us saw things we had no business seeing when we were younger.
Period.
So what you do as a parent is not to run away from this conversation.
Yes, you must.
So when you talk about conversations or communication about it, it's not just husband and wife. I say to people, especially married people, if you cannot have this conversation with your spouse, how will you have this conversation with your children?
Exactly.
Because at some point you're expected to teach them sex education.
Thank you.
Age appropriate sex education.
That's the word. Age appropriate sex education.
So communication is not just husband and wife. It is with you and your children. Some people are like, okay, so how do I start? How do I do this? When they come to you with questions around that topic, don't shy away from it.
Even, is it shy? Some parents will say, we'll start beating them. It's not so the child will now withdraw
and go and get the information somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And nobody cares about the good for your children, you know. So communication is very
important.
It's very key. Whether it's husband and wife, whether it's father and son, father and daughter, mother and... We must learn to talk about it. And the easiest thing to do, like I said, is when you're in that space, talk about it. Tell each other that this is a no judgment zone. Tell me how you feel about this. Tell me what... And I won't judge you, because a lot of women know what they want, to be honest. But they feel like if I tell him, like you said, he'll be like, where did you learn it from? Who are you listening to? So to also help with that, one of the things that we did in Bedroom Matters was to create what I call the couples conversation game cards, right? Yeah. It's a game card that I introduced to women, and
she has something for us.
and I say, do date nights every now and again and have your couples game cards in front of you.
Okay, I think I should just, as you're saying it, let me just bring it out.
At this point, yes.
I know, but we will still, like, maybe later we can play it a bit, But.
So, it helps you have the conversation around what you like, what feels good, how did you guys meet? And the beautiful part of this is what works for you is that you would always kiss before you start. Okay. So there's already intimacy. There's already building up to that point. And, from one card to conversations that are not even in this card. So that's basically how to start.
I want to take us a bit, take you back a bit.
Okay.
For, like you said, there are some people that even before they got married or whatever, they've already started doing it. And then when you get into the marriage, you realize that, it's different. I mean, it's not, don't overthink it. It's not that it's different, but the atmosphere, I usually tell people, if you want to, let me not go there. But the thing there is, you see, puppy love is different from when it's now the real deal. That butterfly that used to do gurum in your tummy. By the time you get married, since you are going to be looking for it, bros, you wake up, you're like, at some point, even when she wants to touch you, like, I want to sleep. But this is someone that every time you want to go and
but the reason why that was when you were saying
why?
It's because you're not living with that person. You're going to steal it.
So now that's where the conversation now begins. You are seeing a lot of
the
things.
Butterflies can actually continue in marriages.
It won't last. Let's tell them the truth.
It can continue.
Let's tell them the truth.
Because it's about being intentional. No, it's about being intentional.
Okay.
I know people have been married 30, 40. In fact, yesterday I was going to have a session. I had to cancel because of things that happened yesterday with a 69-year-old.
And they still have...
With a 69-year-old woman. It's about intentional. And these are the things that I want to teach. It's being intentionality. This is you and I. In this marriage, you're going to have date nights every week. Now, I haven't done that in a while, if I'm being honest. One thing anybody knows about me is that I will say it as it is. You know, if it beats me, I will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
There was a time my husband and I used to do date nights every week. Wednesday was our date night. Nothing comes between us on those days. So we do us that day, whether we're going to a really nice restaurant to eat, or going to the movies, or we're doing Netflix and chill, or we're doing massage. It's about us. When you're that intentional, the butterflies will always be there. The reason why butterflies die eventually is see finish. You're not together all the time. You get irritated easily. You get disrespected easily. You know, those are the things that kind of kills those butterflies. But I think whether it is possible,
it's
absolutely.
Yes. But I like what you said, being intentional. I mean, you know, in marriage, the truth is, at some point, you will have seasons. There are seasons that would, like, you just, I need my space.
Yes.
Sweetheart, I love you, but give me my space. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It's just that it's, maybe there are things you're going through.
Communication is there.
Thank you. So
that's why we're in the mood. If I'm not feeling stuff, I'll be like, okay, can I take this moment by myself? This is how I'm feeling. And then
what
person
understands. What if the man doesn't understand? Is that I want.
So communication is a continuous thing you have to learn. You go to church every Sunday, right? In fact, some people go to church multiple times every week. Why? Is it a different Jesus you're learning about? No. It's because when you go, you hear the word again.
Different.
Something speaks to you. Something speaks to whatever it is you're going through.
Okay,
the same thing when you're constantly learning helps you understand. Yeah.
What if you have a partner, you know, who you want, let's say you are evolving, you know, this is not a new relationship. You guys have been together for a while, but you realize, I'm tired of missionary style. I want to upgrade. I want cowgirl. I want this. I want that. And I mean, I've
not say anything.
I've
not say anything.
I don't even want to look this way, so let me focus on. Well, you know, because I'm saying that I've handled so many cases where a woman just realized, okay, I want someone to go. I want you to go down there, and the man is saying, no, I'm a chief. I can't. It doesn't. In cases like this,
it's only that he's a chief. What about that he's a deacon or general overseer? The same mouth he's into worship is God. You want him to use it to do what?
So how do you handle cases like this?
So again, it's the beginning, it's the roots, is how you guys started. When we were dating, did we talk about these things? If you did not, then you really need the grace of God to help your spouse to see that there is nothing wrong with doing that.
So I think this show, part 1, part 2, and maybe part 3, may end up being communication.
Yes, because communication is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about it, I was smiling last night / this morning when I eventually got myself to do some content that my team have sent. You have to do this, you have to do that. You know, one of the reaction videos that I did was of a man who said that God told him to tell everybody that any man who used to do let the wife be on top of him is not coming to heaven. I was like, Assistant Jesus.
Have you not seen Mommy Gio, that woman they call Mommy Gio that said any man that
you know, so people teach you from their own personal experiences and their perspective. But if you're a Christian, you know, go to your Bible. How to do it with your mouth was beautifully curved into Songs of Solomon. Songs of Solomon.
Is there?
Oh, go on. See, I'm doing a series on Songs of Solomon.
Oh,
beautifully described. Come into my garden, suck my days, lick. It is there. It's just that it was, you know, fruits are what was used. Pomegranate, it was what were used. God did not say, oh, open the vagina like that or do this. But it is there. If you actually ask, and I always say to people, see, know God for yourself. Pray and ask the Holy Spirit to open your eyes. When you read it and read it again, you will see exactly how to pleasure your spouse.
They're going to attack us on this show.
They will.
Call it the Bible.
Not be today, madam, they attack me. Yeah, not be today, but I've developed thick skin. I'll continue to do this because it's a
I'm going to open up that. I know there are, you know, Songs of Solomon. I know that, you know, it has a lot when it comes to
so if your man is not going and all that, if he doesn't want to, it's something that started before now. All you need to do is keep praying and asking God to help you in this area and to, you know, convince your husband or your wife of X, because it's not just men. So women can never. I know somebody who's very close to me. You know the one I'm talking about. I'm not going to call your name. You don't even like to kiss. You're starving that man of kiss. God will judge you.
Yeah, so many. But do you see that as being selfish? Like, for instance, like this, she doesn't like it.
No, it's not selfishness. It's what information does she have? Okay. It's her conviction.
Wow.
So, or his conviction.
She wants to just go in and come out.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So until you give them the right kind of information and give them time, you have to give them time. Remember, they were programmed for years.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we also need to balance it. If it does not happen, take what you have and enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Somebody will say, that's not fair, Cecilia. Okay, this one. So I'm bringing conversations that I've had with people.
Okay.
This lady was, the church. I don't want to mention the name of the church. Don't sleep, with each other until you get married. Just like how you end it, say whatever you see, you take. They will say marriage is like umbugo, like
you keep on wrapping. You keep on wrapping.
What you ordered versus what you got.
Well, not in most cases.
So she followed the church, whatever, have listened to her parents. She's well exposed, but she wanted to marry this one. I want to keep myself. This is someone that has been out there, met men, but as she was about to get married, it's okay, I'm going to depend undefined, blah, blah, blah. And then after the wedding,
what she ordered versus what she got.
Sadly.
Please, what did she get? Small something.
Exactly. And he's like, no way.
Okay.
We are still on that matter. But so when they got to me and I told the man, okay, can you do other things to be able to satisfy her before the pregnancy? Because this is not working for her. It was the response of that man that I told you. He said, no, I can't go down there. I'm a title chief. I'm this and that and that. In cases like this person is wired a certain way, but he is also wired in a certain way. And he doesn't want to meet her in a middle ground.
Yeah.
How should you tell her, okay, this is what you have gotten? And she feels, cheated. And every time, in fact, now she tells all the young, say, that this thing is like, you can't go and buy a car that you didn't test drive. But although I tell her, don't give young people
I'm going to get into a terrain that they are going to come for you. Are you people ready here?
Let's try.
You people forced my hand, though.
I'm trying to force you to go all out.
Okay.
Go all out.
In a situation like that where the man knows he is incapable, right?
He's actually capable, but he's like this. He's small.
He's incapable now. He's small. There's sometimes,
why are you
doubting? No. Sometimes women. See, a lot of women are actually nice women out there. They pretend like they feel your inside them. They cannot feel nothing. They're just helping your ego. So you think they actually do something.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
You're not really. You want me to be honest on this.
Let's be honest.
Some women
forgive me.
Are faking it.
Forgive me. A man said that that it's actually an attack on the men if we keep saying small penises are like a deficiency, like a disadvantage.
It can be a disadvantage. It is a disadvantage. Let's be honest. Yeah. It is.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm not supposed to laugh. Be honest with the person. Even if there's
honest from the beginning. Yeah. If you know that this is the problem,
he might not see it as a problem.
I'm not going to say this
because that's how
my church people are going to confirm. I'm not going to say this. But I'm going to say it.
Say it anyway. We need to help people.
Nobody to feed me.
Yeah.
When I was dating, I was very vocal about a lot of things. I think that was what helped me, right? I dated this guy that had a tiny winnie, and it just couldn't work. It just couldn't. We're talking, and he got there, and it's okay to be honest.
Yeah.
He was honest about it with me. I was honest about a few things too with him, and he finally got somebody who was okay with. Because see, that's where communication comes into play.
Very important.
Now, when you get married and you did not tell this woman, say, this thing that you're coming for, the package is not as you understand it, but you're willing to make up with other areas of this thing, you cannot sentence her to a life of misery.
Exactly.
If it's too small, she's not able to feel it. What are the options available to us? Now, that terrain that I didn't want to go in is the sex toy terrain. There is a toy that helps men with small penis.
Really?
It's called the extender.
So they wear it. Okay, yes.
He wears it. Yeah. And people will say, oh, but we're not giving the same sensation. It's a lie. Have you tried it?
Will he give the man himself?
That's what I'm saying. First of all, it's for you, because if it firms you up, it holds you inside, it holds you, and then it's big. Whatever is going on there, you're feeling it, she's feeling it. Now she feels full.
Wow.
So you have to be open one way or another to things that ordinarily you may not be. You have to find a way. Absolutely. Even if you don't want her to, don't say, oh no, I'm a title chief, or I'm a deacon, I am a man of God. Just say, hey babe, these are my concerns. However, can we pray about it? People say, when you say, can you pray about sex? I pray about every tiny thing that worries me, because my father says I should come to him with everything problem that I have.
Absolutely.
All your cares on me.
Absolutely.
We prayerfully pray about it. This is the issue. These are the issues. My wife wants me to use my mouth. This is my understanding. Lord, help me. Like you first about
the big
things
deal
like
about
that. Well, it's programming. It's programming.
Like you said.
It's programming. There are pastors who actually preach against it. It's programming.
True.
But let's let the Holy Spirit. That's why I tell people, get out of people's bedrooms. When you're preaching, leave people. You see, married people leave their bedrooms. As long as you're not bringing another human being into your room. Whatever you do that pleasures the both of you, it is understandable. Yeah. It is not painful to one person or another. Nobody's taking advantage of any other person. Please enjoy sex in your marriage. It's your God-given right.
Absolutely. I warned you. I said this show is going to be like
spicy. Spicy. And we've not gotten there.
We've not even scratched
this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
It is the beginning of the whole thing. If you are just joining us, this is still Unspoken. Like I said, this is that show where we talk about everything that a lot of normal people, like both of us are not normal, obviously.
I've been trying to be normal. I've been trying. I don't want that brought me out of my shell.
You cannot be normal. For being a sexologist, you cannot be normal. But like I said, this show should go beyond just February 14th. This show should be for healing, because I know a lot of women are struggling. A lot of women are dealing with so much. So I think, let me leave the communication part.
Yes.
You've done quite justice to the communication. Let's come to myth. There are so many things we've been wired
to believe.
To believe that, oh, this is wrong. This is not, if you do this, this is. I would want you to share some of the ones that you've heard that, you know, that you think are like on the front burner to help a lot of women just demystify and just understand that, like I said, sex is for you. Dear woman, if you're not enjoying it, you need to have conversation. Bring the man to the table.
Yep.
Let's talk.
There's a book. Sex is for you to
have
go and look for it.
You must enjoy it. You are not doing it. And I'm saying this because I had to call myself. I had to invite myself to the table. I married at 21.
That's quite young.
Yes. But I mean, there are a lot of 21-year-olds that are crazy everywhere. But
it's our 21. Take judge this 21.
Even my own time.
These Gen Zs.
No, I can't even compare.
Okay.
But that time, I went through abuse. So it already messed up my ideology of sex. I never liked sex. Never. In fact, so
guilty as charged.
I never I'm using the word never, because it was that bad that even when I got married, it took me 1 year to reach orgasm. I'm not saying this on TV, but I'm saying it.
Took you 1 year.
It took me 1 year.
Some of us took us more than that. Because when we're doing this work, we'd not call ourselves.
Exactly. We did. It's because of where we are coming from.
Absolutely.
And we're not doing this because we're enjoying talking about it. It's to help a lot. Like I said, it's for healing.
Yeah.
It's to help a lot of women come out of. So if I could heal and come out of this, then anybody can. Because I had the wrongest idea of, I felt like, it was just not for me. If it was taken by force by someone,
what is it about this thing?
If somebody if we are talking and we are friends, and the moment you go towards that, I will cut you off. But when my husband came, just like we talk about communication, I had to tell him, Uncle, I'm an emotional wreck. I clearly told her, I said, you need to pray for me.
Part. When women say uncle, that means not they go serious.
Exactly.
It's not a serious
I have to tell you, I said, I am an emotional wreck. I need you to pray for me. And he kept praying for me until it happened.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So when you talk about communication, it's possible. When you talk about prayers, it's possible. When people remove, life is spiritual. I tell people, whether you like it or not, life is spiritual. I can never take away the spiritual part of life from anything, down to even sex, because we want to make it look like it's such a bad thing. But now we are seeing it that it's good. It's for me. Because I lived, I married 21 up until I was 30. Every now and then I'll look for an excuse to not have sex. I'm like, I have a headache. There's no headache.
Headache. Let me tell you, men. Let me expose. If we watch it, I will personally send it to him.
It's not when your wife says they have headache.
Let me help the men. In fact, anytime she has headache, that's
she's running away from something.
No, that's even because some people actually have real headache, and she actually has headache. Now that is the point she needs you the most.
Yeah, TLC.
You don't know that sex actually cures headache.
But it's for the ones that are willing. Now, some of us have me.
But if you know that this is a medicine, just like you can swallow tablets, you know that there are better medicine here.
True.
Which one will you choose?
So that's for the men to now understand that you can actually start warming up.
Yeah, but so I think tell the men some secrets.
My husband,
when they have headache, please watch it very well. When they have waist pain, please watch it very well. When they pretend to be sleeping,
a lot of women are going to hate you.
Well, I'm helping their ministry too. You come back, she's always sleeping early. Before you. Uncle, check something. When something is always happening at work, check it. I'm not saying you should go and fight. I'm saying you just know that something is wrong. That's okay, babe. Maybe what you need to do is to take her out.
Exactly.
Is to pay attention more.
That's what my husband said. He started sending. He will now start sending messages.
I just gave you 4 tips. He wants more.
He will send message. How are you? He will just to. I'm like, once he starts sending, I'm like, this one wants something. Then I will now start adjusting my mind. So you can.
Talking actually breaks down those walls.
Exactly. And then send gifts. Yes.
And
before he comes back,
he's sending
chocolates. He's sending.
It breaks down those walls.
He's sending this. I'm like, okay, madam, go and warm up. So just like you said, men, I hope you are. So when she starts giving you excuse and all that, just, send gift cards, okay, do you want a massage? Do you want this? Not the one that you would do.
See, the massage should not always end up there. Let me tell you the secret.
Men?
No.
Men.
You don't understand. I'm a pro at what I do. I am a pro at what I do.
I know.
Learn to give a massage without expecting anything.
Without happy ending.
Without happy ending. When you're doing it for her, it will eventually... When God
so
is
she will be the one to be now.
She will be the one to hold you in. I'm not even joking. The thing is learning how to give the kind of massage that gets her to just let her walls down and pull you in. Honestly, you need to learn to do all of that. If you want to just be the lion of the tribe of your Judah, some of you are very predictable. I think all the time, very predictable. You know, once you come, you kiss. You suck, you carry saliva, you slap it there, you enter. We know it's not exciting, it's not fun.
You are not ready to have this conversation.
You haven't made love to my mind, and you just want to go. I will naturally be dry.
Yeah.
But if you want her to be ready for you,
that's another conversation. That's another conversation. What are
those things she's complaining about? Yeah. What are those things? Yeah. Have you tried to love her, to speak her love language?
Okay.
Let me not get ahead of my time. When I say I am good at what I do, I've done this for years.
You are good.
I have my personal experiences.
Yeah, you are good.
The part that people don't even talk about, one of the myths is that the older you get, the drier sex becomes. I said I have a client, 69 years old, woman.
Yeah.
Not man, woman. Trust me.
That's when life
starts. It is, see.
Her libido is here.
Your libido is higher. Well, that's one of the myths.
Yeah.
That the older you get as a woman, no. In fact, it's why some men would say they prefer older women
because they are mature.
At that point, she's mature.
Yeah, she knows what she wants.
She knows exactly how her body is.
So I think the men should hear this.
Yeah.
Because they believe, every time, let's say, it's the younger girls, whatever. If you know how to handle your wife,
tune your wife well, she will be the most naughty and nasty woman in the bedroom.
And wettiest. Did I get that?
Wettest. No, Forget English is not our papa language. Sha should be dripping. Thank you very much.
Okay, me, I'm shy on this show because the people directing us,
they don't. Some of them want to enter ground. There are people behind the cameras. They're like, "Wow, what did we get ourselves into?"
That's why I said this show is. We have conversations that nobody wants to talk about. And it's like, you're crazy, you know. But we have to break all these limitations.
I'm a crazy child of God.
Yes, we need to talk about it because that's why people are getting it wrong.
Yes,
and we do it. We hide to do certain things, and you get in trouble.
But we're the most hypocritical
in Africa,
people in the world.
Terribly,
the most hypocritical.
Yes,
I was watching a marketing professional tell us about marketing, and he was giving data.
Yeah.
And this is not to deviate. You know, people say, don't watch Big Brother Africa or Big Brother Nigeria. Then he was giving us data. The people that are actually watching it. That's why they make noise pass. Is this chatting? Go and check. That is when these people record their highest subscription. When the people subscribe.
When they are betting and all that, that's when they watch more.
Well, hypocritical.
Myths. You mentioned, you know, any other myths?
There's so many myths now. So many myths that size, you know, the bigger the better.
Some people just don't know what to do.
Some people have small winnie and they know how to use it.
And there are people
some angles.
Yes.
Some people know how to use their mouth to drive the woman crazy. They know how to use their fingers.
Exactly.
So size does not equal pleasure.
I mean, I've heard, you know, someone.
Yes, it's good that you have heard.
I almost said that wrong. You caught me.
It's good. It's here that we are here.
So I've heard, you know, someone with big whatever, but didn't know how to.
Just can be hurting somebody's daughter.
Just shifting somebody's womb. So
it's
not about the size.
The longer, the better. The longer you stay there. Okay, what are you digging for? Gold?
You want to kill somebody?
What are you digging for?
Okay.
Please, quickly go in there, satisfy her and satisfy herself and come on.
But what if they will say that you are now a 2 minutes person? So that's why a lot of men want to just overshow.
So no, it's actually a wrong narrative. Once you are stimulated, hitting climax is easy. So the person is calculating between when you entered and when you came out. What about what's been happening before you entered?
So
some of you can be drinking
what do you think about foreplay?
Agbo this one.
I wanted to exactly.
You standing there.
So that means
look at heart attack. They're crying their heart attack. No, but you know that the rate of heart attack in young men is very, very, very high.
When they say harder,
you're drinking, you can't harder.
Your heart.
For real, this is from a medical point of view, by the way. So
your heart. You know, I have a lot of my friends are men, so we talk about a lot of things, and they will say now, as you're getting older, don't go and be listening to all these people. When you die, you get to heaven, and God will tell you, how did you get here?
Exactly. For real. You know when I'm playing and when I'm not. This one is very, very important. When you go and you take all manner of bitters, all manner of stuff, knacking this one, just so that you can stay. See, let me tell you, let me break it down. The reason you have a hard-on is because blood is pumping in your body. Now, when you take something, it's not just pumping your body, it's pumping down there, your heart, everything else. And when it is working over time, you're damaging your body from the inside. One day, somebody can just wake up and drop. You say, oh, this healthy man just dropped.
So it happened to someone I know last year.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know him personally, but he works with, you know, some of my colleagues. And when they told me that, I'm like, what a sad way to, I mean, you have your family, your children knowing that this is how in a hotel, I mean, it's crazy. It's not worth it. At what age? What are you trying to prove? Are you trying to are you in competition? So that's the thing. It's not a competition. No, you just want to enjoy this with your partner. There's no point trying to overdo to show that you can. So these are myths that we should, you know. So obviously I'm not even going to a lot of men say you must take something to be able to so those things.
If you're unhealthy, if you have ED is erectile dysfunction, see your doctor. A lot of men run away from doctors, but that's where you should be running into. If your house is on fire, you don't run into the house, you run outside of the house. If you can't, so the easiest way to detect if you need to see your doctor is if in the mornings you don't have an erection. Women complain every time. He's manifesting. You should be worried if your husband does not have a natural erection. The fact that he has a natural erection in the morning does not mean he wants to have sex with you.
It's that he's healthy.
It shows that he's healthy. So if in 7 days he's not healthy 4 times, he should be going to see his doctor. Something is very wrong. And it's something that a doctor will be able to help him with. It's not something that enhancement drugs will help.
It could even be lifestyle change that can,
That's why you need to. Your doctor will ask you questions. They'll run medical checkups on you. They'll tell you what is wrong. They'll ask you your history. What do you eat? Do you smoke? Are you on medication? Because sometimes if you're maybe on diabetic medications, it can
even high blood pressure.
High blood pressure medication can affect that. So the doctor will help you. But imagine that you're taking high blood pressure medication and you're going to take a let's move on.
Okay. So we've talked about communication. We've talked about myth. There are so many
myths.
Yeah. Feel free. I would want people
to leave it in the comment section. Yes.
What are those myths that you've heard that you would want us to debunk?
Yes.
Feel free to send, to our social media handles. Definitely, like I said, I put her on the spot. She's gonna come back here. We're gonna do. I'm even looking forward to like a live where people can call in, send in their.
We can work something out. We'll do that. We can work something out.
I've gotten that finally. So the final layer is not my final thought, but the final layer. I wish this show can continue, but
we'll have to stop.
My directors are already giving me signs. Anyways, the final layer.
Yeah.
How can people dealing with trauma heal? So, for instance, someone had a baby. You talked about it. I actually had a case like that. A friend of mine, the man is my friend, but the wife had a baby and then some things went wrong. Any little penetration, she's bleeding. And even him is traumatized to even go there. Yeah. She's traumatized to have him come there. Even when they now said, okay, you are fine, after so many, like more than 7 years, nothing. And the man is such a good man. He's keeping himself, but he's a
human being.
He's a human being. And I usually say, even the woman, has her. So I usually tell people, if you have a lady that is always, cranky and edgy, just one check, the person needs to be laid.
Period.
True, but she also, had her body and all that, but the fear of letting. So how can people heal?
Does she have another child after that last one?
That was actually the last child.
That was
they had 3 first.
And they've checked medically, she's fine to start.
They've checked, but they need them to test to know. 7 years after.
7 years after, you're playing with your marriage. You're playing with your marriage. And it's not just with this couple.
So for me, it's beyond even the marriage herself. She needs, like I said, for me, I want women to understand.
When I say she's playing with her
sex,
when I say she's playing with her marriage, remember that. So for me, I was sexually abused from age 7 till I turned 10. And that had massive impact on my outlook to sex before I got married. And even when I got married, the good thing was that I shared that information with my husband, right? Yeah. So it took us years to get there. But it took me waking up one day and saying, Cecilia, you have a good man. You don't want to mess this up. Because in the future, now you go see they run, they find who to marry. Women are the ones who, love the nurturing, the love, the romance. Sure. So if you want all of that in your marriage, because it is a reflection of you as well, you need to get to a point where you say, you know what, this has gone on for too long. Let me get help. Because this was exactly what happened to me. In my own case, I used to punch my husband in the night, unconsciously, no jokes. I would wake up and the man has a swollen face. Like, what's going on?
And you didn't know when you did it?
I didn't know. It was reflex. I was protecting myself.
Wow. That's serious trauma.
Yes, serious trauma. My trauma was out of this world. I woke up one morning, his face was swollen. And normally when we wake up, before we leave the bed, because me and my husband, we are huggists. We can hug. We hug for a living.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I don't want to go beyond that.
So wake up where it's a hug, it's a prayer first before we step down from the bed. And then I'm like, oh, let's pray. And he's like, no, he's not praying. Bros. What in the devil is wrong with you? You cannot pray in the morning. Why are you fighting with God? And he says, look at my face. You did that. So I got to a point in my marriage where I said, Cecilia, I have to make this work. Yes, something happened to you. Yes, somebody invaded your privacy and took something they had no business taking. Yes, you're traumatized with this. All of these things are facts. Nobody is disputing them. However, how long will I continue to let that take away the joy in my home, take away the pleasure that God has given to me, a free gift? And then I started to seek therapy. My husband and I were in therapy for almost 4 years.
Wow.
So what you see today is a product of not just the school that I went to, personal pain, personal issues, personal mess that got turned around. But it took convincing myself that I needed to make this work. And then I went to work. So any woman, any man out there, you're going through trauma, whatever that trauma is, whether it was due to rape, due to, you know, maybe a surgery, you know, a painful child or complicated birth, whatever it is acknowledged. Nobody should minimize it. But after that, what next? You find a solution. And you get to work. And what I want to also put out there is, please, if you're the spouse to anybody who's going through this, give them time
to heal.
Especially as they are going through the process of healing. Now, let me also ruffle some feathers. If you're a cheat, you have scattered this woman's head, because people don't think that cheating is a traumatic experience. When a woman experiences, especially continues to experience, you know, how her husband's stepping out, and vice versa, because women, they cheat too.
Big time.
If a woman decides to cheat, bro, you go and give her the award for the best and the most secretive cheat. But my point is, if anybody's going through trauma, seek help, get a counselor, get a therapist, get somebody who can help you through it. And then the spouse also, is important to take your spouse along when you're going for therapy. That was what helped me. The fact that my husband, you know, was in this together with me. So anytime there was like a relapse, he was there to hold me, to say, okay, remember, you know, they said this, remember that. Sometimes all he needs to do is to hug. It tells me that he understands what I was dealing with. And we remember the exact day that I realized I was free from this trauma. In fact, that was the day that gave birth to Bedroom Matters. I kid you not. The night before was heavenly. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
It was not a quickie. It was not a 1-course meal.
It was full course. Everything?
6-course meal. Abundance.
And you're like,
the ministration
this is how it feels.
This is what I've been missing.
For how long? Mine was 1 year. Yours was?
Mine was over 4 years.
Oh my God.
Mine was over 4 years. So imagine how good the night was.
You would just make it up in
the morning. This song on my lips. Brothers and sisters in the Lord. People are dying in the studio. They're like, who is this woman? But
I mean,
children of the Lord, I'm being honest here.
Sure.
I woke up singing, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things. No jokes. Then I picked up my phone. This is real life story. I started typing the lyrics to the song.
Wow.
Posted my picture about let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. I typed it and posted. Let's just say my personal page used to have like maybe 1 or 2 views or likes, no comments. On a normal day, started to blow up.
Wow.
People started to comment. DM was full. Some people like, you're bold. Some people like, yes, let's talk about sex. So, this one, that one.
Wow.
But then I picked up my phone and I saw comment. I was shocked. I was like, where is this coming from? That was what actually taught me a lesson and said to me, Cecilia, people are going through this issue in their marriages and they don't know who to talk to. And that was when people started to talk to me about their sexual problems. That was how Bedroom Matters literally started. It took years before I finally went for certification. So it's not like, I got up one day, I went to get certifications and I started. No, I started doing this. I had a fashion business. Bedroom Matters literally took fashion business away from me. I was doing this day and night. My clients in America would be talking to me in the middle of the night because that's their daytime. So I was invested in this and I kept going. And one day my husband said, sure, you know, you're going to go and study and have a proper training on this thing. I was like, but it's not that deep, sir. It's not that deep.
Because you are coming from the experiential part of it.
Exactly. But I didn't aware that it was that deep. Here we are today.
It's deep.
Yeah.
Cecilia, I mean, this has been all-encompassing.
Thank you.
I'm not even taking this for granted because I know where we're coming from. You've said yours. I, just said my own periphery. And I know we have a lot of women who are dealing with this.
Yes.
But the question is, who do they trust to have this conversation?
Yeah.
They talk to people who end up shaming them, using it against them. I know women who their men are using some of these conversations against them. So, or even their families that knew that they were abused or something, or they are going through trauma and they've used it against them, and it just gets them shut off. And you see a lot of women just existing.
Yeah.
They are not enjoying life. When I turned 40, an older woman called me and said, I see you travel a lot. And she was actually out. Okay. She said, I doubt you even stay back to enjoy sex. At 40, you should now start. It never occurred to me. For me, it was career, this, I've had kids, I want to raise my kids. It was at 40, I'm just saying that's 2 years ago. I had to just step back and I need to enjoy this. This is what God has given us.
Yes.
So that's why for me, this conversation is
very
very critical. You need to start looking inwards to say, I need to enjoy this. For some of us, it's all about having children. Then when you have finished having children, what's next?
That's why we have a lot of bitter mother-in-laws.
Thank you. They can't stay in there because they have finished having children. Then they are not due. So for me, I want a situation where people watch this and yes, we have laughed a lot and all that, but you just go beyond to say, I need to heal for myself. I need to be okay.
Yeah.
I need this. This is not some sin. Because even at 30-something, I was still feeling like I'm not supposed to enjoy this. That's the myth. I didn't want to come up with certain myth. I heard
when we meet again, you're not supposed to enjoy. It says who you're supposed to. And there are some men of God who have taught people.
What my mom told me when I was about to get married is, whatever the man wants, give him.
Give him.
And she never said, whatever you want, collect from me. In terms of bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
It was me of satisfying the person, the man.
Yeah.
It wasn't about me satisfying. So, like I said, this show is to help. Sorry, the men, this show is also for you, but I want to focus more on the women.
No, I think we've been able to focus on balance both, because men also go through these issues. Yeah.
But I also want women to the take home, should be sex, just like you said, is for you, not just for the man alone.
Yeah.
It's for you. You must enjoy it. And if you need to start understanding your body to now start telling your man, do it like this, please do it. You said when you meet or people come to you, the first
assignment is meet Lady V.
So please, when you finish watching this show, go and meet Lady V.
Yes.
And then you can hit her up on that social media and take the conversation from there. But before we end the show, I want us to talk about this.
Yes.
And maybe we can play one or two of the games.
Well, me and you cannot play it.
It's
for me and my husband.
Sorry.
Yes. When you get you can play with your husband. Please. Don't put me in trouble. But yeah, this is a couples conversation game card. Okay. It has 60 questions.
Oh, wow.
2 different decks. So there is the romance and the erotic. So what you need to do is when you plan date night with your spouse, put the children to bed, you lock up in, your room, you start. The first thing you do is to draw up 5 cards from the different category. Then you kiss for 5 seconds before the game
actually begins. Like your friend that doesn't like kissing?
You will learn it. Yeah. Number 3 is that you read the question and every question must be answered, no judgment. And for every satisfactory answer, you share another 5 seconds kiss. And
what's the craziest question that is there? The craziest?
I don't think it's the craziest. Let me see. From the erotic side. I think one of them it's not the craziest, but one of them is, would you make love to me in the rain? Ooh. It's going to be like, okay. Would you pleasure me right now?
That's not the craziest.
That's why I said they're not like pleasure.
Well, will you do it in the plane?
Exactly. So let your imagination help you. And this is actually sold for 25K, but somebody's going to get this for free.
For free. So you're getting
I'm telling you the amount so that you appreciate what you're getting.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Cecilia.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What is, I'm ending now. What is the hardest in terms of helping people in therapy? What is the hardest thing to do when you are trying to help couples?
The most difficult thing is when you're faced with people who are not ready to do the work. They think they are ready. They're not ready. They're not ready to do any work at all. They think that therapy is when you come, they tell you what to do and you just go and that's it. No. I think the second hardest thing that I see when I speak to couples is when one person is dragging the other person. The person is not ready to, but let me just be following you, but when the person follows, you can tell this person is being dragged. The person doesn't want to be there. So those are the two most difficult.
Abroad, when people hear therapy, they feel it's someone that has mental issues and they need help. So the same way they would do when you say sex therapy is like somebody that has issues with sex. But you don't necessarily need to have issues. It's just that you need direction. Am I correct?
Yes, you need direction. You need to understand. Some people don't even know. What I do in sessions is I dig deep. I do a lot of history fact checks. And when I dig deep and you start to answer, even you will start seeing the answers for yourself. So we'll just basically talk. I ask you the right questions and you provide the answers and we'll find solutions.
So there is no worst case scenario that cannot be corrected?
No worst case scenario. There was a woman that was dragged in. She doesn't enjoy it. She feels like circumcision is to be blamed. And I said, what kind of circumcision? So there are levels to circumcision. People don't even know. We think it's just to cut off. There are levels, then there are layers. There are 4 different kinds of circumcision. And by the time I figured out what level she is, I was like, no, you're good. You can still enjoy it. So I don't think I've seen anything that is... I've even worked with a cancer patient, a cancer survivor, go through, I don't feel sensations anymore and all of that. And, by the grace of God, we've helped that person.
Because when I ask this question, like I said, this show should be healing process for someone. So if you think your case is bad, and you have sentenced yourself to, my case is bad, I can't, you just heard it. When someone goes through cancer, there's the chemo and all that can actually shut down a lot of sensations and all that. So if someone recovers from that, then your case
is no excuse. Your case is not over.
And then even circumcision, I've had people, but it's also interesting. I've also have friends who are circumcised. I think it's a conversation for another day, because a lot of times
circumcision should actually be a topic on its own, and we'll have a medical professional
that will stay there
that day.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Cecilia.
Thank you for having me. Beautiful Chi. Final thoughts for the Valentine's season. Go and have fun. Go and make love, sweet love to your spouse. Go and enjoy what God has freely given to you. And if you're not watching this on Valentine's season, still understand that Valentine's season is every other day of your life. It's your right. Enjoy it. God bless you.
You just heard it. It's for me. I even... I said, I don't want the show to just be only for Valentine. It should go beyond this love season for you to understand love is life. Love is, God is love.
Yes.
It's an everyday thing.
Yes.
And love is life. Absolutely. If I wake up in the morning, I'm waking up knowing that I'm loved and I love. So it is like me breathing. It's me opening my eyes and realize I'm awake.
Absolutely.
So you should give out love and expect love. That's why I also said, as a woman, you should expect to enjoy sex. Don't do it that you are giving a favor to someone else, because tomorrow you start feeling like someone took
something from you.
So go back and start telling your husband, I want to enjoy sex and I want us to communicate. I want to be able to all the negative things I've known about sex. I want to unlearn, relearn a lot of them. And finally, I need to heal. If there are things that are blocking me from enjoying this for myself, we're not getting any younger, sis. Even if you're 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s or
50s,
60s,
60s,
70s,
they're still
even
hammering
80s,
and enjoying. Yes, yes.
Grandma marrying a younger,
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
So please just heal and know that if there is life, then you have to just enjoy whatever God has given you, and sex is part of it. This show, she has agreed, we're going to bring Cecilia back on the show to do part 2.
Yeah.
But follow, we're dropping her social media handles on it's going to be scrolling. Feel free to reach out to her. We need to heal. You need to get good. You need to be okay. Because once a woman is okay, the home is okay.
The home is okay.
Once you have
happy bedroom, happy boardroom.
Thank you. That's why I said when you say a cranky woman,
yes.
she needs to get laid.
A happy bedroom equals a happy boardroom.
Absolutely. Your business is booming, a lot of things up. So
yes.
Heal. I will repeat it again. We talked about communication. Communicate correctly when it comes to sex. Make sure that you unlearn all the negative, the myths that you don't need to, and then make sure you heal. Thank you for watching Unspoken. My name is Chichi Umesaka again, and Cecilia Go has been here with me. She's been amazing. Thank you so much, sis.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Until we come your way next time, keep watching UTV Africa. Bye for now.
Bye.